Would you risk a divorce for aespa's winter? SM accused of using AI, but who is this idol? aespa's Ningning defends her name again. But what about Ateez's method of line distribution? All that today and more on this episode of Totally Legit K-pop News. With me. Oh my god, that's it. We need a new host. So if you're interested, then please keep on watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. And also, please go check out my vlog channel. Important information in my link tree, all of that jazz. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Actually, I have an important question. Do you see a difference between this? It doesn't look good, right? Never mind. Never mind. TXT's Beomgyu recently injured his ankle. So here's what Big Hit Music had to say about his upcoming schedules. Beomgyu visited a hospital due to an injury he sustained during recent activities, and he was diagnosed with the sprained ankle ligament. Following the opinion of medical staff that he needs adequate rest for the time being, we ask for fans' generous understanding, as it will be difficult for Beomgyu to participate in a portion of the officially scheduled activities, including Paris Fashion Week. So they go on to say that although he's super determined to participate in all his scheduled activities, we will prioritize the medical advice and the artist's recovery in managing his schedule, and that they'll do their best to ensure that he recovers quickly. I actually found this tweet that was like, what's going on in HYBE right now? Because we have, of course, Beomgyu. We also have Wonbin and Han who have feet-related injuries recently. I don't know if I can find the tweet right now. Probably not. Just a lot of like Beomgyu praising. He is a fellow parrot person, so he deserves it. But I just thought the tweet was funny because, of course, we have Wonbin who also has an ankle injury. Eyelets Wonbin injures ankle to limit participation in upcoming events. And then, of course, Han who had a microfracture in her foot. Naturally, they are all idols, like dancing, practicing all the time, so it's not like, you know, nothing fishy. But what if? But of course, our team is wishing everyone a speedy recovery, and by our team, I mean me. I'm a one-man show. Let's go. Red Velvet is having a comeback soon, and there's been a lot of buzz surrounding their teaser pictures. Some good, some a little critical. Not of the girls themselves, of course, they're totally blameless in all of this, but of course, people accusing SM of using AI backgrounds. So let's actually take a little look at their teasers. Why not? This seems really exciting. Ooh, so we have these pink silk dress teasers. Absolutely stunning, beautiful. It's like, okay, here's my artistic interpretation of this. It's like such a blank room, but somehow still lively with these plants. Kinda, I love the shoes. I love the dresses. What is she holding? These 3D bubble nails are so popular. I want to try it out so bad, but I'm really a sucker for pink silk and or satin. Someone's gonna correct me. Just, you get the gist, right? Huh. Purple dress. She has like yellow contacts or something. Very interesting. Like she's holding the universe. Again, just very ooh. Oh my god, those shoes are velvet. That's so cute. Pink velvet. But these, oh, okay, these are actually so cute. I love the little animations. New Jeans plagiarism though, am I right? I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. Someone is going to take that seriously. It's a joke. Please spare me. Okay, now I think we're getting into the territory of the AI backgrounds that people are pointing out. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not super well versed in like how to tell if something is AI, but some people are noting that the backgrounds sometimes look the same. So this background, for example, with this background, we have someone's back turned. But then these darker pictures are really what people have been discussing in terms of, you know, accusing SM of using AI backgrounds, because the backgrounds do seem a little fishy. Just wait for it. Like this background almost looks exactly identical to this background. There are differences, of course, but let's see what some people are saying, because other people are pointing out like specifically why it looks like AI. I've been holding this in, but this shit is infuriating. Using AI for a group that runs on creativity like Red Velvet is the biggest spit in the face SM can give. And if you think it doesn't matter as long as we get music slash stop with the negativity, you have rocks for brains. What baffles me the most about RV and the AI situation is that none of the sets required AI to be created to begin with. The first teasers were just a neighborhood, and the second is just some pretty scenery with eerie vibes, something Red Velvet has managed to create hundreds of times before. And this is quote tweeting this tweet: "This downfall needs to be studied." So here we have this beautiful image from Chill Kill. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Is that a pumpkin? That is so cute. I love it. absolutely beautiful versus the background in the newest pictures. So this tweet's actually pointing out the mistakes, so I want to check it out. Some of the AI mistakes I found in the background of the red velvet concept photos. Rainbow glare that ends randomly. Okay. Car with odd bumps in the design. Letters that make no sense. I've heard a lot about that in terms of using AI. Uneven fence arches. Ooh, this is what I kind of noticed. Strange half-formed people in odd positions in the bleachers. Notice that the background stays identical even when it's a picture of a different RV member. This also goes for individual photos of Irene and Yeti in front of an empty street. The annoying part of SM AI generating the red velvet teasers is, at least for aespa, they were making shit you'd have to animate draw anyway. What is so fantastical about some suburbs that you'd had to AI generated, especially when you've done this before? Ooh, I love, this concept, or these concepts rather, are so much fun. This one in particular, I love this shiny concept picture. Honestly, what the hell is happening with creative direction for this red velvet comeback? This is so cheap and not grand for a 10-year anniversary comeback. They're literally using the same AI background for all teasers. So of course people are bringing up creativity, how it's like cheap and lazy to do this. This is the background again with like people's backs. Oh, okay, I totally see it now. It's like the same pose of that person and everything. Oh, yeah. Now, of course, this wouldn't be the first time that SM dabbles around in AI, that Kpop dabbles around in AI, that anyone dabbles around in AI. But there's definitely so many reasons that people are unhappy with this, right? One of them being that it seems so uninspiring. When you can have people put their hearts and souls into the creative direction of a group, but instead you just use like AI backgrounds. And that's not even the biggest issue that people have with AI, but I digress. SM has done this before with Riize for their impossible visualizer. So here are some snippets from that. But then I've seen some people bring up aespa's use of AI for this scene in particular in Supernova. I've seen people bring that up, but I don't think they're like saying that it contributes to like taking away jobs or like stifling creativity. I think a lot of people actually really enjoyed that use. But I'd love to know what you think about this situation, because I could definitely see how it's like being viewed as like cheap and lazy, right? Because cheap, oh my god, yeah, don't let companies know about that, because of course they're going to do it. If a company can save money, why wouldn't they? Like, it is sad. It is really sad. But I don't know, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you agree that it takes the creativity and the fun out of these concepts that are created, these like worlds that humans create? Do you think inevitably, it's literally inevitable that we're going to start seeing more and more of this? Is going to be more of a norm? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, because of course we've seen this as well with like AI voices and everything, where it's like, yeah, like in theory it's quite cool, but what are the consequences of this? Who is this idol? I'll give you a second. Give you a couple seconds. Who do you think this idol is? Because when I first saw this picture, I was like, oh, Sijin, right? Sijin, solo artist, ex-member of G-Idol. Sijin, right? No, not at all. This is actually Red Velvet's Joy. So yes, we're continuing on the teaser picture saga with this, because this picture is gaining traction because people are saying it doesn't look like her. And I have to agree, it absolutely doesn't look like her. Here is the original tweet, like showing off the teasers, right? Ooh, that sounds interesting. I've never heard the snippet yet. In this picture, you can absolutely tell that it's Joy. But in this picture, like, who is that? Who is that? If you didn't tell me it was Joy, I absolutely would not have guessed that it was Joy. We've actually seen this happen before with Sakura of Le Seraphim 2 separate times. This picture of Sakura does not look like Sakura, though a lot of people were like, no, like I can really see it. And then this picture of Sakura as well. Oh my god, I forgot about that little shirt. Did you guys like that little shirt that I had? This again to me does not look like Sakura, but again, there were comments being like, no, but like it actually kind of does look like her. But this time when I asked you guys on my community tab who this idol is, it seems like the majority of people were absolutely shocked. Like in comparison to the Sakura issues where people are like, well, no, I can see it. This time I feel like it's different. 226 comments. So let's read some of them. I couldn't recognize this person for the life of me. I didn't even think she was an idol until then I saw RV's teasers. This is Joy. It's Joy, but I honestly don't understand why they edited her so much in the teaser photos. What? I think Sujin. This is my favorite comment. That's not Joy. That's Sorrow. Apparently that's Joy. Mix of Wonyoung and Soyeon. I know that's Joy, but it kind of looks like Sijin with like e-girl makeup. Extremely gorgeous though. For sure. Soyeon coded Joy. Did anyone else like think Soyeon was like Sully Yoon? I kept pronouncing it Sully Yoon because like Sully Yoon. Anyways, the concept pics being AI generated. Ew, SM, get your shit together. Sujin, this is our beautiful Joy from Red Velvet. First person that came to mind was Hyun, JYP obviously. I know it's hot because I saw the photos on their Insta, but still at first glance I thought it was Sujin. I also thought it was Sujin as well. I'm sure she's edited at least a bit, but she's also wearing heavy makeup, colored contacts, and her hair is styled in a way that's covering a lot of her face and neck. So yeah, maybe I just wouldn't have chosen this photo. If I didn't already know, I probably wouldn't have guessed this was Joy. So we're getting a lot of Seohyun from NMIX, Sujin, Soyeon, Wonyoung. Yeah. But nobody would like sit there and guess that this is Joy from Red Velvet. Like, I mean, I do agree. You know, like now that you tell me, I'm like, oh, like I can kind of see her features and everything. But like, I do agree with like the makeup and like the hair covering her face and the angle and the editing and everything. Like it's looking a little different. A lot different. But yeah, we can now add this to our saga of idols that are super heavily edited and unrecognizable. This will go into our Hall of Fame officially. But let me know, who did you think it was originally? And would you have guessed Joy? Previously, this story went viral of Ningning defending her name. Now, everyone and their mother had a different interpretation of this story. But it all started on her Instagram when someone commented, "It's okay, Ling Ling." Now, this was in response to a picture that she posted of a crying cat because she was sorry that she couldn't take any pictures at the music show of that day. So she was like, sorry, I couldn't take any pictures. And someone, of course, responded, "It's okay, Ling Ling." So she responded, "Hey," with like an upset cat face emoji. And she then responded to a bunch of other people saying like, hey, you know? And then she wrote a comment on the post itself saying, "I am not all of these names." So people took that as her defending her name. Like, her name is Ningning, it's not Ling Ling, it's not Xing Xing, it's not any other of those variations that people kept calling her in her comment section. With a lot of people pointing out that it's super problematic, that there's racist undertones to calling her those variations. In an update before this most recent update, it does seem that the person actually went as far as to do a fan call with her to apologize about the situation. So here's the tweet about it. "So I sent apologies to her and I'm glad she didn't take it seriously. Ningning, I love you so much." So let's just listen to the fan call. Remember, oh, here's the context that we so eloquently scrolled down to. "I'm not Xing Xing, Ding Ding, Ling Ling, Ring Ring. It's okay, Ling Ling." That is the infamous comment that we keep seeing. But she did seemingly respond to a bunch of other people as well. So remember recently you replied to a comment on Instagram. That was actually my comment.
Oh, really? Oh my god. That was the joke. Yeah.
That's
and I think you guys are so cute because every time you said ning 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 or something like that, it's very cute.
So she basically says like it was a joke and it's really cute, but OP is apologizing to her.
No, don't be sorry. It's very cute.
So of course there are some people who are like, well, she really didn't care, it's just a joke. Then there are some people who are like, well, what would you expect her to say during a fan call, like to like tear you a new one? But most recently on aespa's channel, they released like a behind the scenes of their music show performances of Supernova. And Ningning addresses the comment specifically. She directly mentions the comment. So given the timing of it all, maybe this apology happened after. I'm not too sure, but she basically says, "I got a comment on Instagram saying it's okay, Ling Ling." And I was like, hey,
I'm not Ningning.
I'm Ningning, and she like spells it out in Hangul with her hand. But of course this whole situation is being brought up again for the simple fact that it's like actually being mentioned in official content on their channel. So people saying it must have bothered her enough to like want to not only say it in official content but make it through the editing stage of official content and like make it onto official content. So was it really a joke? Did it actually bother her? I made a short about this, and my original short had 600,000 views. So I've seen so many points of views. People saying it's straight up problematic, don't do that to people. Others saying that people are being too sensitive. Some people are bringing up the fact that her username is I'm not Ningning, which might encourage different iterations of her name. But I made a new updated short about this, so let's see what some of you have to say. Man, the comment must have bothered her enough for her to talk about it in a behind video and then for the clip to make it into the final behind video. I think people are not realizing that she's being serious and it makes her uncomfortable. Ningning has all the right to mention that she doesn't want to be addressed like that. People might say this isn't serious, but I feel her. I've been in the same situation as Ningning, and I could definitely understand how hurt she feels with people making jokes about her name. I saw the fan call between her and the person who made the original comment. Ningning told her that she wasn't mad and that she just found it cute. I think it's a good thing that the person apologized to her even though it was just a joke. I just hope other people don't start getting too comfortable. This may be a joke once, but multiple times, I doubt she'd like it as much. During a fan call, she said it was cute and just a joke. It's like when fans kept calling Minji oppa even when she said she didn't like it. If someone tells you to stop doing something, it's basic human respect to stop doing it. I think it's hurtful to intentionally call someone by the wrong name. I'd be pretty offended. It was in a similar situation where people kept calling her laundry and stuff like that. It was annoying to see all the time.
Yes, I cut it out. You guys are not gonna catch me slipping. I swear I've been hearing everybody pronounce it Laufey, but I'm like, oh, I should really check, you know, just to make sure. And it's like
Leuve.
Leuve?
The English version is Leuve.
Leuve.
People probably bothered her for attention because she responded to those comments, but she's clearly very uncomfortable with it. So obviously my situation doesn't hold the same weight, but for sure, like just in general, messing up people's names can be super annoying. I constantly get Angela, Angelica, and like the pronunciation of my name, like between languages is fine. If you're like Angelina, Angelina, like I don't mind that, but when it's like my doctor constantly calls me Angelica. Hi, Angelica. I'm like, and I tell him every single time. Like, of course, there are so many layers to why it can be offensive, right? But at the core of it is like, it's not my name, and you're purposely calling me something that's not my name. Why? But as always, of course, let me know what you think in the comments. Riize's Wonbin is in the news. Kind of. His lookalike is. Somebody who looks like him is in the news because of Han So-hee. I don't know how you would have been able to guess it unless I gave you more context, but of course she's involved in this. Surprise! So this all started when someone asked her on her Instagram, do you have any tea on Wonbin? And she posted a picture of someone who looks like Wonbin, basically insinuating like, oh, he went to a specific type of bar meant for hookups. So of course fans got like super angry about this because the guy in the picture doesn't seem to be Wonbin. It's not Wonbin actually. There was some text revealed showing that like her friend saw someone who looks like Wonbin at that bar, at that type of bar. And then the post was deleted and everything, but the backlash still remains. People accusing her of trying to ruin his life. Like, why would you do that? People wanting her to go to jail. Let's read some comments. She's going to jail like again? Did she actually? Did someone like, I should do a deep dive into that because I remember way back when, like, yes, I hugged and kissed your oppas. Like, that's what I remember. And I've been really wanting to do, like, revisiting specific subjects in K-pop from the past. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. She is, I'm sure SM will sue her this time. The funny thing is on May 18th, Wonbin was in Mexico. Wow, he looks nothing like Wonbin. But seriously, I think she's going back to jail. She needs attention. Once again, I've learned not to become someone like her when I'm old. I also made a short about this, so let's see what some of you have to say. Of course it's her. Of course it's her. Can she get like a 9-to-5 or something to occupy her? I thought it was my Han So-hee. Han with one, just an O, not the E-O. Han So-hee, an idol's biggest nightmare. Oh my god, this girl. Also, the likes are at 119. Han So-hee, whatever her name is, needs to give my faves a break. I saw this notification and swore. Imagine just minding your business and someone whips out a phone and takes a picture of you and says, it's Wonbin. Can we disnormalize, unnormalize, taking pictures of strangers. I like have this constant thought in my head when I go out in public. I'm like, I'm gonna be in someone's background video of something. Someone's gonna take a video, I'm in the background. What if my face is weird? I hate it. I hate it. Or like going to, you know, those like K-pop club things, like that would be so fun. And then I see everyone like filming themselves. And then of course there's people in the background. Obviously there's people in the background. I'm like, oh, but I digress. Hansuli is the new Sojang. Wonyoung, we need you again. Where is she? She's on tour. Come back. So of course, let me know what you think. Ateez are being discussed right now because of their line distribution. So fans have been calling out line distribution injustices forever, not just for Ateez, just in general. Like, why does so-and-so consistently get very little lines in almost every single one of their songs? And with Ateez revealing how they distribute their lines, which I don't think is, I feel like I've heard that this is the way they do it before, but anyways, a new video was released where they're showing this and it's gotten some backlash, so I thought we could talk about it because line distribution, again, is always such a touchy subject. In the behind the scenes of their recording for work, we can see someone explaining that he learned all the parts except for the rap parts so that he can sing them all, and then later on they can decide who gets which part, who's fitting which part. And it's kind of like painted a little bit like a competition because they're like, Jongho, you know, San and Songhwa like fighting for the parts that they want. Because we haven't been assigned our parts, I have to learn the lines. In the lyrics paper, I still don't have a part. I'll sing the whole song and then the producers will designate my lines, and after I get my lines, I practice it and record it one more time. So here's what some people think of this. A competition that somehow results in some getting absolutely nothing time and time again. It would be great if that part of the fan base never speaks over us when we say we want better from that company. A producer team dedicated to your group should be making songs with all members in mind. The fact that they make it a competition and then continuously give the same members minimal lines is sickening. It's not a competition if their producers clearly operate with unfair biases, because you cannot sit there and tell me Yeosan competed for Lines on Blind, a song that fits his tone, and got nothing. Maybe it's just me, but the whole concept of them having to compete for the parts is ridiculous when the songs should be made with the members in mind. Besides the fact that competing for lines in a song that's made for your group is odd, I haven't seen anyone mention the fact that bias and the personalities of certain members immediately puts them at a disadvantage. So people I've often seen this as allegedly in 18 that Wooyoung and Yeosan get the least amount of lines quite consistently. So I want to know what you think of this method. Do you think a producer should be making songs with the idols in mind? Do you think that's a realistic expectation? Because there are some songs that are given to some idols that clearly don't fit them. I'm not talking about Ateez or anything, but like I've seen people say like the tone of certain songs don't fit any of the idols at all. So clearly the song wasn't made with them in mind in the slightest bit. But if you're looking for profit, then does it really matter? And it is interesting because some groups do tend to stick to a specific formula where you're like, yes, I noticed that this member or these specific members consistently get very few lines. So what competition is there really? Like, are you really making them fight over specific lines, or do you already have it in the back of your mind that we're gonna probably give these people the bare minimum? Let me know your thoughts. Do you trust the producers that they know best? Do you think it would actually ruin songs if everything was perfectly equal all the time? Or do you crave equality in terms of line distributions within songs? Let me know in the comments below. So in my last video, I shared that I had a dream about J-Hope in his military uniform. And I didn't know it back then, but this would actually predict army coming for me. Get it? I got these two comments and I wanted to read them to you. Are BTS Voldemort? Because I see you reporting shittiest things, but not about Jin Discharge and BTS 11th anniversary. You are biased as hell. And then the next comment, you show yourself a true BTS anti. If not, why you always put BTS name in shallow manner? First you become lawyer for Min Hee-jin. Now every video you put BTS name hype should take legal action against you also. Naturally, this confused me a little. Like on one hand, someone's like, you don't talk about BTS at all. And then on the other hand, someone's like, all you do is talk shit about BTS. So I'm left here a little confused here. But I'll give it to you. Yes, I missed Jin's discharge. I'm sorry, I'm only human. So let's talk about Jin. Yes, he was discharged from his military enlistment. It was a huge event. I mean, technically, I guess it was a small event. You know, we had RM playing the saxophone alongside him. But worldwide, of course, people were celebrating this. On the morning of June 12th, Jin was discharged from the military after serving under the 5th Infantry Division Recruit Training Center in Yeoncheon County of Gyeonggi Province. He had fellow members RM, J-Hope, Jimin V, and Jungkook who greeted him. And it was a very lovely event. And following this, it was announced there would be a hug event. When people heard about this, I remember seeing a lot of discussion like, how is this gonna work? This is, of course, to celebrate BTS Festa, their 11th anniversary. And for the most part, it seems to have gone quite smoothly. We saw a lot of really, sweet interactions he had. He was offering hugs or handshakes. So if you didn't want to hug him, you didn't have to. He had this pancarte, he had this cardboard on him saying hug me, which kind of acted as a barrier as well. People thought that was quite like an interesting detail, quite a thoughtful detail to add to the event. However, it seems that a couple of fans tried to actually kiss him, which of course is a huge no-no. I don't know how much more to stress how inappropriate this is. I shouldn't have to tell you that. That's messed up. And following this, it seems that a fan actually reported this to the police. And the police actually confirmed that they received the complaint. We received the complaint through the national petition system, but we have not received a formal complaint. We have not booked the suspect yet. And added that they will review whether to proceed with a formal investigation based on the details of the complaint. I really don't know the details of the event, but I would assume that people are told hug only, right? And then to purposely go out of your way to do something that you're not supposed to do. What was consented to was hugs, right? Quick hugs, and to go beyond that is just, this is why I've seen comments saying this is why we can't have nice things. It applies to a lot of aspects of life, really. I'm really curious to see where this case goes, if it does go anywhere. So I'll keep you updated on that, but of course, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Our discussion segment today is super exciting. It's kind of like, am I the asshole? But K-pop edition. That's the vibe I'm getting. I haven't read it beforehand, but the married couple who almost divorced because of aespa. Here is an email address. I want to start doing this where you guys can submit your own stories. Completely anonymous. I will never reveal your identity. If you ever want to share stories like this, I don't know, maybe stories within your life. I recently got a comment that a friendship broke up because of the Minhyejin versus High beef. So if you want to send me stories like that, am I the asshole type thing, or just random wild stories like that, or if you have a dilemma of something K-pop related, send it to my email, and I would love to read stories like this during the discussion segments. I think that could be fun. If you guys participate, we'll see. So let's read this story. What did Winter do? I fought with my wife. Was I in the wrong? Please look. First of all, I'm a guy born in 89, and my wife is about 3 years younger, and I'm a fan of Winter from aespa. Not the kind of fan who goes to concerts and sets her as my phone background, but simply become a fan because I like aespa's songs and think Winter looks cute with short hair. That's so specific. If someone asks who my favorite idol is, I'd say I'm a Winter fan. That's it. Of course, I don't have any merch either. While listening to teaser songs from aespa's upcoming full album this time, I said to my wife beside me, "Oh, aespa's full album is coming out. Should we buy one? Or should I start a Reddit? Should I revive Am I the K-pop asshole? What do you think? Should I name it? Do you want the email or the Reddit? Let me know." While listening to teaser songs from aespa's upcoming full album this time, I said to my wife beside me, "Oh, aespa's full album is coming out. Should we buy one?" While I was in middle school, I bought a Boa Atlantis Princess cassette tape, and I haven't bought an album since then. But since a full album is coming out this time, and I'm a fan and curious about how albums are these days, I'm considering buying it. Just that one word, disgusting, made me so mad. So when I said, "Your mother follows Chung Dong-won around, isn't that disgusting too?" she frowned and asked why I was saying things like that. For reference, my mother-in-law follows Chung Dong-won not only to domestic concerts, but also overseas. And family gatherings on weekends have to be scheduled around his events, so plans always change according to her wishes. She's not her mother. Don't bring her mother into this. She's really dedicated, going to fan meetings and even having a group chat for it. Anyway, after that, my wife kept asking me why I like idols over 10 years younger, calling me a pervert and saying it's disgusting. So I responded, "Your mother is even..." Why are you bringing her mother into this? She's not her mother. Since then, I've just shut my mouth and haven't been talking since yesterday. It's effing frustrating. I want to buy 10 I just want to buy 10 copies of aespa's full album and spread them all over the living room for real. With a baby, I can't even get divorced. What should I do? What do you think of the situation? Let's read some comments. Why is the wife like that? The wife is so weird. The wife is obviously in the wrong, but the husband is also weird for bringing up the mother-in-law. All this about buying one album. The couple should choose words to say and not to say. You can't call someone disgusting. The way you talk is problematic, but the way you think is even more problematic. No, but why all the fuss over a copy of one album? Not one, 10 album. 10 albums. The wife is so weird. You should be loving to your lover. How can you call someone disgusting? Imagine what she thinks of you usually. Why is it weird to like aespa? It's not like you want to date them. The way the wife thinks that buying an album is disgusting is even weirder. Just what goes on with her mind? The wife is so weird. All you said was asking whether you should buy an album. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Like, I don't know, if my husband was like, I want to put 10 K-pop albums around the living room, first of all, that's an investment. That's like $1,000 right there. Fiscally irresponsible. I don't know what fiscally means. I don't know. Like, I think I would have to be in the situation because, like, I need to know the context of how he treats her on a day-to-day basis. Is he loving to her? Does he treat her right? Is there a reason she's so, like, upset about this? Would she have been upset about this even if he does treat her right? I have so many questions, but I would love to know what you think. And of course, it's quite interesting that Girly is almost causing divorces here. There's a lot happening. I just laughed. The mother-in-law is actually a freak, though. I just searched it up and she's following some 2007 born child around. I don't know who that is. I think the problem is in aespa. Well, aespa didn't do anything. aespa's innocent in all this. Sounds like lots of insecurity on the wife's side. Him liking winter isn't a bad thing for as long as he isn't weird about it. And from what is written, it seems like he isn't. Now, the mother-in-law sounds weird as hell. Maybe, oh my God, maybe because of her mother, she's extra sensitive to this. Like, that would make sense. Like, her mother is following this kid around. I don't know if he's a kid. Her mother is following this guy around everywhere, is super obsessed. So maybe like the idea of her husband liking an idol is bringing up all these feelings she has about her mother's behavior. That could make a lot of sense. We actually like kind of discussed this on like podcast about like idols and dating, and like, would you date someone who's like super obsessed with a K-pop idol? And I was like, I don't think I would. And like people were like, that's like insecure behavior. I'm like, but like, would you date someone who's like absolutely obsessed with someone who doesn't know they exist? Like, it's fine to be a fan of someone, but like if you're just like obsessed, then that's weird, right? Like, we see how obsessive some K-pop stans can be towards their idols. Like, if you're that obsessive and then you date someone, I don't know. Like, is that insecure behavior? Like, I don't want to like sit around someone who's like constantly just 24/7 gonna talk about how amazing someone else is. I don't know. Maybe I have to do some introspection and fix myself for that, but I don't know. Let's move on to Kpop Shenanigans, which are basically fun little things that have happened in K-pop recently. Lisa is having a confirmed comeback / debut under her new label. So this is exciting because like it's confirmed this time. So Rockstar is coming out on the 27th. January, February, March, April, May, June. June. It's coming out next week. What? So fun. Kepler's Shooting Star really reminds me of Twice as I Got You. I'm not saying that they sound the same, they just remind me of each other. So when I start singing Shooting Star, it starts mashing up with I Got You. I just think that they're similar. So if you like I Got You, maybe there's a chance that you would like Shooting Star, which is so interesting because I got a DM saying like, oh, I heard that you liked I Got You, maybe you will like Shooting Star. And it just like, the songs really do have a similar vibe. So you know that video from 2015 of Forever Young by Blackpink that was heard outside of the YG building? I'm sure some of you have heard it at one point or another. I was listening to it the other day and I swear I hear CL. Some people are saying that sounds like Park Bom, but 지금 let go. That literally sounds like CL, doesn't it? I don't agree that the other part sounds like Park Bom, but like, what a random video. Like, I still don't understand. Like, why was it playing that loudly? Like, was it on a speaker? What's going on? But whose voices do you hear? So that's basically it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video with friends you don't have. These are the lovely individuals who help support my channel on a monthly basis. It means the world to me. Thank you so much. As for me, I'm gonna get going, so I'll see you guys next time. Bye!